Hey everybody, welcome to Savage Flies. I'm Matt, and thank you for stopping by. Now, I get to do something pretty fun today. I'm announcing the winners for our Spring 2021 fly tying contest. Now, if you remember, this one was wets and nymphs. If we do another one, maybe later in this year, we'll do dry flies, maybe streamers. But I do want to preface this by saying this contest was for fun. The audience for this was, beginner to intermediate level tyers. Some folks just getting into the sport who've been watching the channel for, a few months now. It's these folks that we were aiming to get involved in this contest. Now, before I get into the results, I do want to tell you a little bit about how we conducted it. First, I got 3 volunteer judges. So counting me, there were 4 of us. So thank you, Bob, Pete, and Daryl for volunteering to judge. Between the 4 of us, there was about 100 years of fly tying experience. I was the least experienced tyer among all 4 of us. So thank you, gentlemen, for helping out with this. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, we kept the contest open for about a month. I got 37 flies and entered. Unfortunately, we did get 4 flies after the deadline that I just couldn't squeeze in. They came in a little bit too late. The process for grading them was I made videos and I got it out to the judges. They went through them in the blind, meaning they didn't know who tied what or what level of experience any tyer had. The flies were just numbered. So they had 12 scoring criteria for each fly, and we just went through them all independent of each other. Some of the criteria were material selection. Did you use substitutions? If you did use substitutions, were they the appropriate ones? A fly didn't necessarily lose points if they substituted material, as long as it was a good choice. Then we looked at proportions. What makes a fly really look good? Is the tail and the body the right proportion? The thorax, the wing, the hackle? Is it on the right hook size? Do they use the right size thread? How does the head look? Neatness. There were several categories for fly neatness. And we have one category for complexity. A couple of these flies were a little bit harder to tie than others. So after I got all the judges' results in, I put it into a spreadsheet, tabulated them all, did some averages, and we came out with a top 10 list of flies. And I am happy to say that we were all really consistent. We graded them independently, but I think the number 1 ranked fly was the number 1 from 3 of the judges, and it was number 2, one of the other judges. So by and large, the top 10 flies that we all came up with, we were in agreement on. So I think the flies you're about to see right here really are the top 10 that we received. And remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to put all 10 of these names in a jar, and I'm going to randomly pick one of them out, and that's going to be who wins the vise. So if your fly didn't make the top 10 or you don't win the vise, please don't be discouraged. I hope you had fun doing this. I had fun, conducting it. And again, it's just, one way we can try and make tying more fun. So let's get into the results. I'm going to show you these top 10 flies. I do have my cheat sheet here because I did not memorize the 10 results here. But let's just go through these. In 10th place was fly number 15 with a score of 84.6. It was an American pheasant tail tied by Max B. So great looking pheasant tail here. You can tell he got the proportions look good, the right material. So well done, Max, for this pheasant tail. Now we had the next 2 flies were tied at number 8 with a score of 84.8. We have fly number 29, a Copper John tied by Emilio Rodriguez from Hayward, California. So I think the Copper Johns and pheasant tails, those are the flies we got the most of. But Emilio, this is a really good looking one. So well done, my friend, for this one. Now also coming in at 8th place with a score of 84.8 was fly number 25 by Linda Blaine, the Clouser Swimming Nymph. So Linda from North Carolina, the Clouser Swimming Nymph. Well done. This is just a great looking swimming nymph. Now in 7th place, got another Copper John with a score of 85.2. This was fly number 30, tied by Kira Tucker from Oregon. Well done, Kira. Great looking Copper John here. Again, good proportions, good material selection, just an overall nicely tied fly. Now next up in 6th place, we have fly number 7 with a score of 85.6, a Grizzly King tied by Craig Mazer. I love this fly. I love a Grizzly King and the Watson's Fancy and Alexandra. I think these were just really cool old school flies, and Craig, nice job on this one. A beautifully tied fly. Now next up, we have 2 flies tied for 4th place. Fly number 20 at 86.7 was an American pheasant tail tied by John Finn from Lake Grove, New York. well done, John. It's a great looking pheasant tail. You know, when we're done with this contest, some of these are going in my box. maybe I'll save them, but yeah, I'd be proud to have any of these flies in my box. And also in fourth place, fly number 17 with a score of 86.7 was another pheasant tail tied by William Lee from Paradise, Pennsylvania. So great job, William. Another good looking pheasant tail, good proportions, good material selections, nice looking fly. Okay, so now we're to the top 3, and this is pretty cool. I did something a little bit extra for the contest for this one. Had some plaques made up for the top 3 finishers. So this one, let me cover up the name on this one. Savage Flies 2021 Tying Contest. In third place was fly number 35 with a score of 86.9. Teleco nymph tied by Mike Peterson from New Hampshire. So well done, Mike. The only Teleco to make it into the top 10. I love this fly too, one of my favorite nymphs of all time. So I appreciate you entering, and congratulations on the third place finish. Now next up, second place fly 2021 Tying Contest is fly number 2 with a score of 87.7. It's an Alexandra tied by Frankie Roberts from Missouri. So thank you, Frankie. A great looking fly. I love this fly. The Alexandra is just one of my favorites. More to tie necessarily than to fish, because it's a fun one to tie and a beautiful fly to look at, but you did a super job on this one. So well done, my friend. Send me an email. I'll get your address and we'll get this plaque in the mail to you. And finally, the number 1 ranked fly of our spring 2021 fly tying contest, and a bigger plaque, slightly bigger plaque for the first place winner. This one is fly number 10 with a score of 92.5. It's a Watson's Fancy tied by Tony Vincent. Tony Vincent from St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada. I think that's what NL stands for, the province up there. Anyway, St. John's in Canada, Tony Vincent with his great looking Watson's Fancy. Another one of my favorite wet flies to tie. So well done, Tony. I'll send you an email. Make sure we get your address. I can get this plaque on its way up to Canada to you. So that's it, my friends, for the top 10. And what we're going to do now, well, I put all the names from the top 10 from my cheat sheet here in this little container right here. It's actually my container with corks in it. But I've got 10 names and slips of paper right here, and I'm just going to pull one of them out. Randomly, spin through it here, and then pull one out. And who is this going to be? This is going to be Linda. So Linda, go back to my cheat sheet. Linda Blaine from North Carolina with the Clouser nymph. Oh yeah, we just talked about that one, just showed it to you. Beautiful looking nymph. So Linda Blaine, I'm not sure what experience level she is, but it was a great fly that she sent in for the contest. So congratulations, Linda. I'm pretty sure I have an email address for you. Most everybody that sent a fly in, I've got your email. I'll send you a note. We'll get your address, and I'll get this awesome Regal Revolution Vice in the mail to you. Well, not this one. This is mine. It's not going anywhere. But we'll get you one sent from the supplier. So that's it, everybody. I really appreciate you watching. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Again, don't be upset if you didn't win. I hope you had fun doing it, and I hope you will consider doing another one if we run another one of these contests later in the year. So that's it, everybody. Well done to everybody who sent flies in. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, Bob, Pete, Daryl, I appreciate your help in running this contest. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.